Today, fishing's one of the most popular outdoor activities in New Zealand. Join us as we follow passionate fisho Mandy Kupenga as she heads out to some of the best fishing spots around the country to take on local men in a no-holds-barred fishing contest. Keep watching to see who's man enough to take on Mandy. This is Get Your Fish On. Coming up on Get Your Fish On, it's a Chowder Chowdown challenge as our teams head out in search of fishy delights. Today, our Captain Carl will judge which team has collected the best ingredients for a chowder. It's a journey that'll take the competitors above and below water in search of the Coromandel's finest seafood. Today, the teams depart from Tairua Bay, and their journey with epic adventures will take them all over the eastern Coromandel coastline, home of the famed Mercury Islands. Setting off for their early morning bite, it's a glorious golden Coromandel sunrise for today's two teams. Mandy Kupenga believes men and fish are alike. They both get into trouble when they open their mouths. Princess Wirihana has local knowledge on her side. Will it come into play today? Richmond Hollis owns a mussel barge out these ways and has been fishing Coro for years. Rugby legend Taneto Latimer's captained the Māori All Blacks, but can he lead the men's team to victory?
Coromandel is a wicked place to come on holiday. But today, we're all about the mahi. Today's challenge is about so much more than just fishing. We're going to be throwing some aquatic, amphibious Māori in the water too to gather some kai. Ko te kapatuatahi ki te kohi I ngā kai moana from the amazing selection here will be dubbed the Coromandel Chowder Chowdown Challenge Champions. Sure. And the losers, well, they'll be cooking the winners a feed of chowder. Let's get our fish on. The teams have been given a list of ingredients by Captain Carl. So we've got two types of fish, scallops, coda, and probably chuck in some kinnet for some entree, eh?
The teams start with a bit of jigging, targeting kingfish as the first ingredient in the Chowder Challenge.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of minutes before Princess has hooked up.
Nice one, nice one. Straight into it.
And it looks like she's hooked something
Good work,
big.
good work. Yeah. First thing in the morning, first drop, and Princess here's hooked up straight away, and she's onto a good fish by the look of it. Does it feel like a tough one, Princess? Yep. You're doing well, mate. You're doing really well. Nothing like that to wake you up, eh?
The rules of today's challenge dictate that only the fish that make the chowder count on the scoreboard, and traditionally, the first always goes back to the sea.
Yeah.
But Princess is still determined to bring this one on board and show the men's team that she means business today. Captain Carl brings it in, a great first fish of the day, but it won't make the chowder, so it doesn't count on the scoreboard.
Start.
Beautiful.
So the legal size for a kingfish is 75 centimetres, which is, seems like quite a big fish. This one here is coming more around 90, but we're going to let this one go today. First ika, back in the water, part of our tikanga, but we better get a quick snap with Princess's biggest kingfish she's caught on a jig. Here we go, first eco of the day, and I'm tucking him back in. Nice one. Okay. Was that a good fighter?
Yes. Just rest now.
I take that we're still in the game. There was no contribution to the chowder.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, eh? I was just thinking that.
Today's challenge dictates that only the fish that make it into the cooking pot will count on the scoreboard. So with the first fish of the day going back to the sea, it's still 0-0.
the background here is Ahuahu, or Great Mercury Island, and this is the first place that my ancestor Paikea actually landed when he came here from Hawaii. But also, Rich, you know a little bit about the history of the island as well?
Yeah, the name Ahuahu comes from, at that point when they landed here, they brought across the kumara with them as well. So obviously they came to New Zealand for a bit of sustenance and a bit of food, so they brought the kumara along, and it said that that's where they planted the kumara. And when you plant a kumara and you grab the whenua and you mound it up, that action there is to Ahuahu. So that's one of the kōrero about how that island got its name, the planting of the kumara. So yeah.
With the two teams well aware that there's fish below, the jigging resumes. And those kingfish must be hungry this morning.
Next drop after Princess's kingfish. And I've hooked up too. Must be this side of the boat today, boys.
And it's not just Mandy who's hooked up.
Just like to say, this is going to be a contribution to the pot.
All hell breaks loose on deck as the fish start to hit.
Hey, get your line away from mine. I'm trying to...
Oh, yep.
Mandy's on.
Oh, yep.
Mandy's on a nice fish.
No, the belt's over here, Mandy. Too late.
You're right, Rich. Oh, yeah. And looks like you on too. Oh my gosh, four-way hookup. Everyone's hooked up on a fish. We got Princess over there, hopefully on a pink marmot. Oh, it looks more than a pink marmot on there. I've got a nice solid kingies, 3 kingies. The boys are on. Oh, it's gonna be an awesome day.
The fight's on for everyone. Reels are screaming and rods are bent.
That's the contribution, bro. Hold up, cuz. Oh, yes, boy.
Oh, yeah, way to go, lads.
Get it on there, boy.
Like this. Oh, the double hookup.
No, I don't need that. Me and the bro just hooked up, bro, and having a little bit of difficulty without a belt, but should be all right.
It's a test of strength, determination and skill. With the fish going wild underwater, avoiding getting your lines crossed is essential, but it's not always possible.
Hang on, guys. I think we're all hooked up on each other. Hopefully we're not all on the same fish.
Yeah, there's a fish just here.
Oh, yeah. Fella's trying to get my fish.
See, it's a race to the pot right now.
Oh, look, there's a couple there.
And as the kingfish hit the surface, whose fish is whose is a mystery.
Yeah, mine's the bigger
Which
one.
one's your one? Nah, I think... Oh, hang on. Who's got what?
Your pool, man.
Far out.
On the bigger fish, man.
Rich has already claimed the biggest fish.
I can see the blue jig is there.
Oh, yeah, Jet.
To settle the argument, Captain Carl releases both.
It was mayhem on the boat minutes ago. We had a 4-way hookup over a pin. There were kingies on jigs, and Princess was hooked up on something. We didn't know what it was. Unfortunately, we got a little bit tangled up, but we still managed to bring a couple of fish in and release them. But we're just going to have another drop because that was awesome.
You're back with Get Your Fish On, where it's men versus women to see who can contribute the best seafood to Captain Carl's Chowder Challenge. So far, there's been plenty of frenzied fishing action, but nothing's made the pot. And Captain Carl's pretty fussy when it comes to his chowder.
Yeah, well, a seafood chowder usually has a bit of a stock for a base, and then a whole lot of goodies from the ocean pulled in on top. And here on the Coromandel, we don't do things by halves, so we're going to go for a gourmet chowder today. We're looking for some ingredients like our crayfish, our scallops, hopefully some fish like some snapper, probably a bit of kingy as well, and we'll use some of the frames of the fish to do the stock. And I know the boys are they're pretty fond of their kinner as well, so there might be a bit of kinner going in there as well. So we'll see if we can get all of those, and who knows what the day may bring here on the Coromandel, and we'll go out and see what we can collect for this gourmet chowder.
The teams aren't the first to jig here. New Zealand's oldest dated artefact is an 800-year-old fishing lure that was brought here by our early Polynesian ancestors. It was found near Tairua Beach. Just goes to show we've always been up for a spot of fishing.
Men are going good. We've caught 0 barracuda.
How big were those kingies you landed?
Oh, one was 95. The other was 98.
No, this morning after you woke up.
Oh, this morning. Oh, okay. Nothing legal yet, but like I say, it's early days. Back down.
Both teams are determined to provide a kingfish for the pot.
Cool, feels like we've got a nice...
But Mandy's on first. With these big fish, the muscles burn with each turn of the reel, but keeping the line tight is essential. Any let up could see the fish lost.
Oh yeah, oh actually, it must have been quite close to the surface. Another kingy for our chowder.
It's a battle won in inches. There's no question it's a kingfish, but will this one make it into the cooking pot?
He's well legal. 75 centimetres is the limit. And this is a good little eater to put in our chowder, which means we've got one kingfish on board already for our chowder. And how's Kapitani doing?
It's one for the pot, and the women's team take the lead with the kingfish.
The kia ora, Kapitani. Got any nods happening? Do you reckon it's a snapper or?
With the race for a kingfish over, Tainedo has turned his attention elsewhere.
What do you reckon, mate?
Maybe a snapper?
Snapper? Yeah.
A mauma would be beautiful.
Now Let's is hooked up, and it might just be the target fish he's after. It might not be a kingfish, but that's one for the pot.
Oh, yes, great contribution, Let's. Fantastic contribution, Cuz.
A little penny, but he'll go in the chowder.
Yeah, mate.
That's a snapper for the men's team.
Right, so the score so far this morning, 1 haku for kapa wahine and 1 snapper for Kapitani. So we're pretty much neck and neck in this challenge in terms of our contribution to the chowder so far. And my teammates just went really hard this morning, so she's just having a little bit of a nipper-kipper.
Power nap.
Yeah, power nap, so that she's recharging this afternoon.
Hey man, there you go. I've undid your tangle for you.
Oh, thank
so
you.
We can get back fishing our way.
Choice, mate.
It isn't time to hit the dive spot just yet, so our teams keep fishing, each trying to better the other team's catch. Obviously, a kingfish takes out a snapper and princess.
Me pēnei taku kōrero kei roto I te rehi tonu mātou. Māua ko tōku hoa Let's. Hoi anō rā, kua puta mai te hoiho a Mandy ma. Para huti ana te haere. Nana ana māua ko Let's ki te mau I tētahi mea tino nui e haku pea. Hoi ata māua nei tūmanako. Kāre e kore. Ka koro mai te tau haku rā ki taku raina aini. No reira, kāre e roa. Ka tai mai te piki whara.
With only a snapper to show for their efforts, the men's team are determined to impress Captain Carl. And Richmond is on. Can he claw back some pride with a kingfish that'll blow Mandy's out of the water and maybe even out of Captain Carl's pot? They say size doesn't matter, but when it comes to your kingfish, it certainly
Hey,
does.
little fella.
And this one comes up short.
Haini ka haere mātou ki te ruku moana, ruku kina, tupa, ruku kaura. Ko korora hau ki taku mōkai a tanerau. Mana te mahi I tēnei rā I te mea tino makariri ana te wai. Ko kau mātua haere tēnei, nā reira ka waiho mā te poi nei, e ruku ki te moana. Koira te mahi I tēnei wā, te āhua nei, pea ko māua, ko lerema, ngā kai kuki I tēnei rangi. Te mea kei raro e putu ana māua I tēnei wā. Hoi anō rā, ka hori anō kia mutu.
The boys aren't able to beat Mandy's kingfish for size, and the teams decide to move on and get ready for a dive.
We're just getting ready to go for a dive. Lats and Princess are going to jump in and grab us some scollies.
Although they're competing for seafood, Lats and Princess will also be dive buddies. Keeping an eye on your buddy is essential under the water, even on a relatively shallow dive like this one.
Experience up. And action!
At their first stop, the teams are looking for scallops, a key ingredient in today's Chowder Challenge. The best way of finding scallops is to look for disturbed gravel or sand where the scallops have been digging. They're masters of camouflage, so you'll need to look close. But they're sociable animals, so if you find one, there are bound to be others close by. And they're not bad swimmers for shellfish either. But with both teams filling the same basket today, making a call on who's collected the best take is going to be tough.
Well, the teams have been underwater and gathered this beautiful feed of scallops for us. Now, while they've measured them underneath, we're just going to double check. Size does matter, so check the legal limits. For scallops in this area, it's 100 millimetres, and as you can see, this one's a beauty. You must have got this one, Princess. Jack. And so if you don't know what the legal limits are, you can check your local boat ramp, or you can pop online or look at the fishing app, Fishing Limits app, on your phone. And it tells you the species, the size, and how many you can take. And for scallops, in the Coromandel here, we can take 20 per diver, one for the captain of the boat and one for the watchman. So that's another ingredient off the list.
Okay.
Way to go, guys. Man.
It's another ingredient for the pot, but who's leading is anyone's guess. You're back with Get Your Fish On as the battle between men and women for the best contribution to Captain Carl's seafood chowder heats up. So far, the scallop contribution's been too close to call. The women's team have hauled in a kingfish, and for the men's team, a good-sized snapper has been their key contribution to the pot. And now Princess and Lats are going overboard again. In search of more seafood, Lats and Princess head inland to the kelp-covered rocky faces of Wigmore's Passage near Champagne Rock. Lats has got one thing on his mind, kina, and lots of it. While it won't make the chowder, it will definitely make the feast. And Princess seems to be just as keen. But searching for the same food's not going to break the deadlock.
What the hell they're doing in there, man? It's pretty cold. We're up here.
Yeah, I know. Mind you, it's pretty luxurious. We just kick back and put our feet up and have a kai while we're waiting.
Wait for the bounty.
Yeah.
Looks like Lats has filled his bag with kina.
So Lats has just come up with his catch bag and was just couldn't help himself. He's straight into them. He's been talking about kina for all day. So Lats...
No, good, bro.
They're good?
Yeah.
Oh, choice. So what have you got in here?
So we've got some kina here, Mandy.
Yep.
Yeah, about 50 in there, so.
Choice just on around the bag limit, so daily bag limit about 50. There's no size limit, and with a boat full of us, that should be a lovely entree.
But below the surface, Princess's hunt continues. Searching the nooks and crannies for something tasty. And she's got a crave. make that 2. Or a few. But how will a bag of kina stack up against Princess's crayfish? It's the captain's call.
Yeah. Crayfish delivered by Princess. Awesome. Man, we have had an epic adventure today out on the water. And while we've all made a contribution to this epic kai, Carl has a epic decision to make.
Oh, well, I think Princess did it today, getting her first crayfish, and there's 3 in the bin there for the ladies.
That's where it's at, Carl.
Oh, the kinner!
That's where it's at.
The kinner. I don't know. I reckon crayfish beat kinner.
Oh, look, I tell you, my old man be turning in his grave if you took that crayfish over this. This is #1 priority right here. Put a bit of that inside 2 pieces of bread, Mandy. Bit of butter. It's pretty hard to beat, but old Skip's got the... I don't want to be swimming home, so we'll leave it to old Skip.
Yeah. That kingfish and the crayfish swing it for me, so I'm going to give it to the ladies.
Hey,
Well
awesome. Yeah, thank you, Carl, and thanks for a wicked day out, man.
So the women's team take it out, but Chowder's the winner on the day.
Wow. Bit of seafood chowder Rich has got going on there. Secret recipe passed down from his family to him.
As you can see, I've just snuck in a few of the guts for Mans. He's going to be wondering what all that black stuff is in there, but so there, as you can see, it's all in there, whānau. Don't worry, don't waste a thing here. And then finish off throwing a bit of kingi in there. Don't forget the cream.
I just won't look. Then I'm just going to do a wee kina entree, served in half a kina shell. Check that up. All good.
And then we've got a bit of old coda, bit of garlic butter coda, but something a little bit flash for the ladies.
Rich reckons split them down the middle, then we'll put a coat of garlic butter on them and then cook them on the barbie. So that's a 3rd course. Like the old mate said, a bit of greenery just to finish them off, eh?
Yeah, we don't do average, we just full on epic.
Epic.
So we just full on.
And if you're after the men's team's recipe for today's seafood feast, check out our Facebook page. It's a feast fit for a king.
Well done, ladies.
That is primo.
Oh my gosh, this is so yum.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
That is, oh my God, that is amazing.
I reckon it's the scallop guts that made it.
Oh, did you put scallop guts in there? Hey,
That's the secret for you, Mans. Now we've done that especially for you.
Mate, oh my God, this is amazing.
But they taste like powers, eh?
Yeah, I remember you saying.
It gives it the power taste.
Kia ora, thank you so much.
No worries.
Oh my God.
And what a day it's been with a bountiful seafood smorgasbord provided by their ocean today. Both Rod and Diver have played provider in a contest that's testament to the rich waters of the Coromandel.
Couple wahine took out the challenge, so we are Captain Carl's Coromandel Chowder Chowdown Challenge champions. Choice. But big thank you to our Kapatane team. Had an awesome day with you guys out on the boat. Lats and Rich, Choice, and my teammate here, Princess, did a mean job under the water. And of course, Captain Carl from Epic Adventures. We had an epic adventure. So look, join me next week when we do it all over again. Join me and
Get your fish on! That's the sort of leftovers from the stock that we had, and old Lats has already chewed on the eyeballs, so we don't waste anything, eh, bro? Where I come from, the old people we save the heads, the tāmuru heads for them. You've sort of got to graduate to get to that stage.
Cuz am I going to have to fight you to get to that brain, cuz?
Oh, there, cuz. Beautiful, bro. And there's a bit of the old roro of the tāmuru.
Check on our chowder.
He mea tau toko nā te manga